What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. Now, obviously, the title's a little bit of hyperbole, but unfortunately, not really. And I had heard about this before, and it's ironic as hell because Geena Davis is one of the actresses that I always cite when we get these horrible female characters. We always cite, oh, what about like Geena Davis in The Long Kiss Goodnight? Well, quietly, not so quietly, without the fanfare you would think, and certainly without our attention for at least a decade plus, Geena Davis has been, and through her own institute, we're going to see here, pushing all of the DEI requirements that we have been talking about. Now, this is when we talk about it comes from the bottom up and the top down. This is the bottom up. This is, again, and also when we talk about weaponized compassion, this is the height of weaponized compassion. And I'll let Geena explain it in her own words before we get to the interview, which drew my attention to this. Here's the Geena Davis Institute 20-year anniversary with a bold rebrand. Welcome to our new website. I created this research institute 20 years ago because when I saw kids' shows and movies through my toddler's eyes, I was stunned. Toddler daughter's eyes, especially because if she had a boy, maybe she wouldn't have had this revelation. I was stunned by the lack of female characters and diversity. Back in 2004, only 11% of family films had female leads. Our latest data shows we've reached gender parity for leads in family. Yeah, and it's gone down in the tank. So you've accomplished a lot of what you've wanted at the expense of everything else. Urgent attention is needed for race, ethnicity, LGBTQIA+, older diverse body types, and disability representation. My institute works with creatives all over the world to enhance on-screen diversity and ensure nuanced portrayal. No, I was wrong. I was right. I was making a joke. She's fucking the sweet baby ink of the Hollywood world. Thank you. Geena Institute Davis detected. That's your next website, Brutus. There's a lot of inequity in the world, but we have the power to fix representation in media overnight. I guess if Whiskey Echo Foxtrot helps you, tomorrow, take a look at your projects and make sure they reflect the real world, where there's a perfect balance of black, white, gay, black, but when we say that, that just means there's no white people. They're all black and brown and gay of some variety. No missed opportunities, and give us a shout. We're here to help. And you can see here what she's going to be focusing on in 2024, rewriting motherhood, how to make TV represent moms and what we want to see next. Well, I want to see lesbian scissoring in The Acolyte, so I hope you help with that. Hope you did help with that. 2024, portray her 2.0, an analysis of 15 years of women in STEM. Learn to code. And of course, new short film shows teens how to skin. Of course, they show Miles Morales. If they can see it, they can be it. So, okay, I urge you all to go check out the Geena Davis Institute, her Sweet Baby Eye Hollywood website, basically. So this is what drew my attention, the Hollywood Reporter interview. Geena Davis is an incorruptible optimist about representation in Hollywood. The Bentonville Film Festival co-founder reflects on a decade of gathering DEI data and how progress is being made for many underrepresented groups, except for the disabled. And by the way, I'll point out how even she, I think, we'll wait until she says it, but it all starts off innocent with no problems, and it quickly turns into not innocent. What's the toughest part of the process that you didn't anticipate? And of course, she says money, funding, always. Walmart and Coca-Cola were their founding and presenting sponsors, respectively. But it's a massive undertaking because we do so much to make experience meaningful for our filmmakers. The one that got me today is they said 10 years ago, the average person has never heard of DEI. Today, diversity and inclusion principles are weaponized politically across America. What is meaningful to you about BFF marking its big anniversary in this climate, especially in a red state like Arkansas? I don't want to get into politics, but I will say, even though what you're doing is inherently political. But I will say that BFF is staying the course and our mission has never changed. Our corporate partners and studio partners haven't backed down. The idea that you should be able to watch a movie and see yourself and your experiences reflected back at you is inherently not controversial. Okay, it is. The idea that you should be able to watch, the idea that you should be able to watch a movie in theory and see yourself and your experiences reflected back at you is inherently not controversial. Correct. But the idea that every single movie has to have a representation and a diversity for one of these underrepresented groups is false. That is a fallacy and has been proven true. And even you should see that in the absolute destruction of Hollywood in the last 10 years, largely based on DEI requirements that have just put out agenda projects with no actual merit. And coming from someone who just watched Fellowship on the big screen, the extended edition, Lord of the Rings, yeah, we've fallen mightily. I was watching all the Hobbits, and I was like, oh, but they would all be black and brown and Asian now. It's hilarious. Yeah. So if you want to know one of the main people in Hollywood now that has been doing it apparently for 20 years, but hardcore for the past 10 years, you can look no further than Geena Davis. And you know what? More investigation will be required, but just based on this and the overall what they say, especially about that their whole point is to enhance on-screen diversity and ensure nuanced portrayals, well, that's what Sweet Baby Inc. was. That's what Sweet Baby Inc. was, and Black Girl Gamers and all these horrible DEI consultancy companies. So here we go. Geena Davis was actually the original DEI consultancy company owner. So shout out to you. We will give you all the credit you deserve. So let me know what you think about this. Be sure to like, share, and sub if you have done that. Thank you. If you're gonna do that, thank you. And
well, bye.